The rain fell in relentless sheets, hammering the roof of a sleek black Mercedes parked outside a glittering Manhattan penthouse. Inside the car, Evelyn Harper clutched the steering wheel, her knuckles pale against the leather. At 42, she was the picture of success, CEO of a thriving tech empire, her face gracing Forbes covers, her name synonymous with power. Yet, as lightning cracked the sky, her reflection in the rearview mirror revealed a stranger. Hollow eyes, lips trembling, a woman unraveling. What did it mean to have everything, she wondered, when her heart felt like an empty room? Evelyn's life had been a masterclass in ambition. Born in a modest Ohio suburb, she'd clawed her way from a cramped split-level home to the pinnacle of corporate America. Her days were a blur of boardroom battles, champagne galas, and private jets whisking her to Paris or Dubai. Her penthouse, perched above the city's pulse, was a shrine to her triumph's marble floors, a grand piano she never played, walls adorned with art she barely noticed. She owned handbags that cost more than most people's cars, vacationed in villas where the sea kissed the shore, and dined with moguls who shaped the world. But tonight, alone in her car, the weight of it all pressed against her chest. The luxury felt like a cage, its bars forged from years of chasing a dream that now tasted like ashdot. She hadn't always been this way. As a girl, Evelyn had spent summers in Willow Creek, a sleepy Ohio town where her grandmother ran a diner called Mabel's Place. She'd loved the jukebox's hum, the scent of fresh pies, the way strangers became friends over coffee. Back then, happiness was simple: licking batter off a spoon, braiding her best friend Lucy's hair, or delivering leftover meals to the town's elderly shut-ins. But ambition had pulled her away, promising a bigger life. She'd left Willow Creek behind, along with Lucy, her grandmother, and the girl she used to be. Now, decades later, success had delivered everything except the one thing she craved. Meaning that the turning point came on a Tuesday, unremarkable at first. Evelyn was in her corner office, sunlight streaming through floor-to-ceiling windows, when her assistant buzzed. "Your mother's on line 1." Evelyn froze. She hadn't spoken to her mother in months, their calls reduced to curt updates about health or holidays. She picked up, expecting the usual small talk. Instead, her mother's voice cracked. "It's Lucy. Evie. She's gone. Car accident last night." The phone slipped from Evelyn's hand, clattering to the desk. Lucy, her childhood confidante, the one who taught her to ride a bike, who dreamed of opening a bakery dead at 42. The news hollowed her out, leaving a void where her heart should have been. That night, Evelyn couldn't sleep. She wandered her penthouse, barefoot on cold marble, haunted by memories of Lucy. She saw them at 12, giggling over milkshakes at Mabel's, promising to be friends forever. She saw Lucy at 18, waving as Evelyn left for college, her smile hiding the ache of being left behind. Guilt gnawed at Evelyn. She hadn't visited Willow Creek in years, hadn't called Lucy in over a decade. Her pursuit of success had cost her the people who mattered most. By dawn, she was sobbing on her balcony, the city's skyline blurring through tears. For the first time, she saw her life clearly. A glittering facade hiding a soul starved for purpose. The realization was a spark, but change was a fire that burned slowly. Evelyn spent weeks wrestling with her life's truth. She started small, volunteering at a local soup kitchen on weekends. The work was gritty, chopping onions, scrubbing pots, but it stirred something in her. She met people like Maria, a single mother who'd lost her job, and Jamal, a teenager who dreamed of college but couldn't afford books. Their stories cracked open Evelyn's heart, revealing a world beyond her own. She began questioning her priorities. Why did she need 3 homes when Maria struggled to pay rent? Why did she hoard wealth when Jamal's dreams hung by a thread? The answers were uncomfortable, but they fueled her resolve. Letting go was harder than she'd imagined. Evelyn's identity was woven into her wealth, her status, her things. Selling her penthouse felt like shedding skin. She stood in the empty. Space, memories echoing late-night work calls, parties where laughter rang hollow. The realtor's voice broke her reverie. "You sure about this?" She nodded, her throat tight. She donated the proceeds to a charity building schools in underserved communities. Next, winter vacation homes, her art collection, her fleet of cars company as one car, a modest sedan, and drove to Willow Creek. Each sale was a wrench, a mix of fear and freedom. Her friends' colleagues really called her reckless, even mad. "You're throwing it away," they said. But she knew she was finally claiming something real. She kept one car, a modest sedan, and drove to Willow Creek. The town hadn't changed much, same cracked sidewalks, same faded welcome sign. Mabel's was gone, replaced by a chain pharmacy. But the air still smelled of summer grass and memory. Evelyn rented a small cottage, its creaky floors a far cry from marble. She had enough savings to live simply, but money was no longer her compass. She sought out the town's needs, listening at community meetings, visiting churches, knocking on doors. Willow Creek was struggling, factories had closed, families scraped by, kids dropped out. She saw Lucy in their faces, her unfulfilled dreams a call to action. Her first project was a community center, built on the lot where Mabel's once stood. Evelyn poured her business acumen into it, securing grants, rallying volunteers, negotiating with contractors. She worked alongside townsfolk, hammering nails, painting walls, her hands blistered, but her heart full. The center offered after-school programs, job training, a food pantry. Evelyn taught financial literacy classes, drawing on her CEO days to empower others. She watched kids like Tasha, a shy 13-year-old, blossom into poets and coders. She saw parents like Darnell, laid off from the mill, find new careers. Each smile, each thank you, was a brick in the foundation of her new life. The emotional climax came on the center's opening day. The town gathered under a crisp autumn sky, balloons bobbing, a local band playing. Evelyn stood at the podium, her voice steady, but her eyes wet. "This is for all of us," she said. "It's for the dreams we carry, the ones we almost lose. It's for Lucy, who taught me what matters." The crowd cheered, but it was Tasha's hug that broke her. The girl whispered, "You're like a mom to me." Evelyn held her tight, tears falling, feeling the weight of her old life lift. She traded mansions for moments like this, and it was worth every penny. Years passed, and Evelyn's life became a tapestry of small, meaningful acts. She helped a neighbor rebuild after a fire, tutored kids for their SATs, organized a town cleanups. Her cottage was modest but warm, filled with laughter from new friends. She no longer craved the spotlight. Her joy came from seeing others shine. A community center thrived, a beacon for nearby towns. Evelyn's story spread quietly, not through magazines, but through word of mouth, inspiring others to give, connect, to live with purpose. One evening, as Evelyn sat on her porch, watching fireflies dance, a young woman approached. She was a journalist, working on a piece about small-town heroes. "Why'd you do it?" she asked. "Give up everything?" Evelyn smiled, the answer simple, yet profound. "I didn't give anything. I found everything right here." The journalist left, her notebook full, but Evelyn's heart was fuller. Then, she'd built a life not of wealth, but of love, and it was richer than she'd ever dreamed. As the stars twinkled emerged, Evelyn thought of Lucy, of the girl she'd been, of the woman she'd become. Her journey wasn't just hers, was a reminder that kindness could change the world, one heart at a time. She hoped others would see it, would feel it, would act on it. If her story touched even one person, it was enough. To you, reading this, let Evelyn's journey inspire you to be a spark. Look around your community, your neighbors, your own heart. Where can you give? Where can you grow? Share your own stories of kindness in the comments below. Let's inspire each other to live with purpose. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to The Kind Story for more tales that remind us what truly matters. Together, we can build a world where every act of kindness ripples outward, lighting the way home.